But the known, the past, still sometimes acts even when it should not. It still acts to cause conflict. Krishnamurti. To be aware of this is also to be in a state of inaction with regard to the past, which is acting. So, freedom from the known is truly the religious life. That doesn't mean to wipe out the known, but to enter a different dimension altogether from which the known is observed. This action of seeing choicelessly is the action of love. The religious life is this action, and all living is this action, and the religious mind is this action. So religion and the mind and life and love are one. Hi, I am Samyogi. Today is October 12, 2025. Welcome back to the Krishnamurti podcast. This is episode 78, and we are discussing the 8th talk at Ommen, Holland, 1933. There is a question for Krishnamurti. Question: I do not understand the sentence, love not with the mind. Will you explain? Krishnamurti: tolerance is loving with the mind. Brotherhood is loving with the mind. Because our minds are so acutely developed in cunningness, in subtlety, in selfishness, we are forcing ourselves to be tolerant or love one another or help another, serve another, all intellectual things. Whereas if you really love with your mind as well as with your heart, with your whole being, you are not tolerant, you are not helpful, you are not searching out service. You are, and therefore you love, therefore you serve, therefore you help. So he used a term, tolerance and brotherhood he used. So this was actually the title of the last episode, episode 77, and you could look into that if you have not listened to it. It's quite a good podcast. Next question. It's a long one, and Krishnamurti's answer is short, so pay attention. Question. You have said that one or two people like yourself would change the face of the world. Would it not be a kindness to us if you married and brought up a few children whom you could assist from the very commencement to be free of reactions? At present, all my virtues and vices are actually aroused, and there seems little hope of getting out of them as an adult. If I could become your child next life, could not you bring me up as a free, liberated man? Krishnamurti, I think the answer to this question has been given by your laughing about it. I see. So that's the answer. So my comment is maybe we are not there, there is no recording. So I think there is no voice recording probably. So I think this answer suggests that the questioner laughed while asking the question and was not really serious. Next question. You say that ceremonies are born out of unrighteousness. Is that not a point of view, say, of yours and of those of a particular temperament? Or do you say this as a truth, universal in its application? Again, you say that ceremonies are born out of unrighteousness. Is that not a point of view, say, of yours and of those of a particular temperament? Or do you say this as a truth, universal in its application? Krishnamurti, did you notice yesterday and the day before when I talked about sex and ceremonies, what attention there was? I wonder how many of you noticed it. Why was there this attention? Because you were interested. That attention does not exist when I am talking about something real. Not that ceremonies and sex are not real to you. Isn't it extraordinary? I am not putting them together, but it happens. Life is like that. My point is, you are concerned about sex and about ceremonies, and yet you are seeking, at least you are attempting to seek, truth or God or any of these things, and your natural instincts are these because by your attention you showed it. I am talking now about what you are really interested in. That struck me so much yesterday and the day before. You want a way out of sex, a way out of ceremonies, whether you should do it or not do it. A complete man, a man who is really rich in himself, self-sufficient. To him, this confusion does not exist. There is no choice to be made. You ask now if where there are ceremonies, there is unrighteousness. Is that my particular point of view, representing a particular temperament, or is it universal as a truism? Again, you ask now if where there are ceremonies, there is unrighteousness. Is that my particular point of view, representing a particular temperament, or is it universal as a truism? A man who has a temperament cannot understand truth. A man who is particular cannot understand the whole. I say that I have understood the whole. I say ceremony is an illusion, not as a particular Krishnamurti human being, but as a true thing. It has no validity. You may give all kinds of attributes to ceremony in your search for sensation, security. It is longing to grow, which is to accumulate, and therefore not death. Again, I say ceremony is an illusion not as a particular Krishnamurti human being, but as a true thing. It has no validity. You may give all kinds of attributes to ceremony in your search for sensation, security. It is longing to grow, which is to accumulate, and therefore not death. I know some of you are ceremonialists. You want to do them, and there is nothing more to be said. I am not tolerant with you. I do not feel the distinction. If you feel like it, go ahead and do it. But since you are here and want to understand what I am saying with regard to ceremony, you must have an open mind. You cannot say that is my particular temperament and therefore I feel like that. You say, because I have been surrounded by so many ceremonialists, my reaction is to be against ceremonies, or because I am so advanced, ceremonies are futile for me, but you say you need them, or we do it because of its intrinsic beauty, like a pianist. A pianist does not talk like that. The people who are insincere, who are not frank, talk like that. I am not harsh. I really do not care honestly whether you perform ceremonies. I mean it. Not that I am tolerant, because I understand, at least I think I do, why you perform ceremonies, why ceremonies are so important to you as your search for the master and discipleship and all the rest of it, why it is important. I understand it because it gives you a certain sensation, the idea that you are being looked after, have a personal God, security, certainty, comfort. Okay, let me take a brief pause and make a comment for those of you who may not be familiar with Krishnamurti's life. Before he started speaking in public, he was ordained to be the head of something called the Order of Stars, created by the Theosophists, as an anointed to be the world teacher. Now, what Krishnamurti did was in 1929, he broke that organization, saying truth is a pathless land, and had nothing to do with Theosophists or this order. And in 4 years he is speaking. This is 1933, and we are listening to the discourses in Holland. Now, the Theosophists have a concept of masters, and I don't know too much about it. So when he is referring, when he says, I understand, at least I think I do, why you perform ceremonies, why ceremonies are so important to you as your search for the master and discipleship and all the rest of it, why it is important. So that is what he means by masters. Okay, Let's continue with this answer here. The question was, you say that ceremonies are born out of unrighteousness. Is that not a point of view, say, of yours and of those of a particular temperament? Or do you say this as a truth, universal in its application? So let's continue with the answer given by Krishnamurti. So, when you see a thing so blatantly, openly, you cannot be tolerant about it. You understand it. So I am not talking out of harshness or hardness of heart or out of impatience or of a particular temperament or that I want you to follow what I am saying. I really do not care because I am not seeking a result. I do not want you to come over to my particular point of view because I have no point of view at all. I have not a fixed thing which says this is truth, this is false. I say, in the very illusion, if you understand it with all its significance, lies the flowering of truth in the very illusion itself. As you are surrounded by illusions, do not cling to them, examine them, go into them profoundly. Do not say, I like it, therefore I accept it. Because you are so prejudiced, you want to cling to it. I cannot think of all these excuses you gave when you are performing a ceremony. So do not say, he did not say that, so therefore I can go on. To me, the whole idea inherently has no true value because it is born of fear, this search for solution, sensation. And I say, if you really understand it, if you approach it not only intellectually but with your whole being, you ripen your thought with regard to ceremony and ripen your emotion with regard to ceremony. Completely let them come together and let them find out without your identifying yourself with one or the other. Let it flow as you let a kite fly in the sky. Let your thoughts and emotions loose and you will find out. If you feel you should do it, do it. Don't discuss about it. It is like people that come to me and ask, should I leave a particular society or should I have an attitude to a particular society? If they want it, they remain. Don't you see? Life becomes beautifully simple when you treat it simply. It is only when you are trying to get something out of it that you have complications. You can be like the savage who is satisfied with what he has. Or a truly consummate man who is free from all kind, from all sense of want. So the question ends, the answer ends here, and the next answer is long, so we'll skip that. And let's see. I'll read a little something from the book called Krishnamurti for Beginners. So Krishnamurti says, so you have to consider if you are at all aware of what is happening to you, how the worlds of entertainment and sport are capturing your mind, shaping your life. Where is all this leading to? Or perhaps you are not concerned at all. You probably don't care about tomorrow. Probably you haven't given it thought. Or if you have, you may say it is too complex, too frightening, too dangerous to think of the coming years, not of your particular old age, but of the destiny, if we can use that word, the result of our present way of life, filled with all kinds of romantic, emotional, sentimental feelings and pursuits, and the whole world of entertainment impinging on your mind. If you are at all aware of all this, what is the future of mankind? So I'll repeat this sentence, it's a long one. The last sentence. Probably you haven't given it thought, or if you have, you may say it is too complex, too frightening, too dangerous to think of the coming years, not of your particular old age, but of the destiny. If we can use that word, the result of our present way of life, filled with all kinds of romantic, emotional, sentimental feelings and pursuits, and the whole world of entertainment impinging on your mind. If you are at all aware of all this, what is the future of mankind? As we said earlier, the future is what you are now. If there is no change, no superficial adaptations, superficial adjustments to any pattern, political, religious, or social, but the change that is far deeper, demanding your attention, your care, your affection. If there is not a fundamental change, then the future is what we are doing every day of our life in the present. Change is rather a difficult word. Change to what? Change to another pattern, to another concept, to another political or religious system. Change from this to what? That is still within the realm or within the field of what is. Change to that is projected by thought, formulated by thought, materialistically determined. So one must inquire carefully into this word change. So we shall continue this thought again. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.